Hello everyone, my name is Ruby and today I will be showing you how to do an at-home spa pedicure. Besides the stuff that you see here, I did forget to include the nail file, the cotton, the lint-free wipes, and the alcohol. Okay, so we are going to start with the neck wrap. So all I did was put a little bit of water on there and popped it in the microwave for about 1 or 2 minutes, took it back out and put a little bit of essential oil. The scent I'm using is papaya pineapple and it smells so good. And all you do after this, just place it behind your client's neck. And here I'm just adding some lemon bath salt into the water. Okay, so I'm going to start with her right foot. I'm going to pat it down dry and I'm going to start clipping down her nails. So you always want to clip just a tiny bit. Ask the customer if they like the length. If they do want it shorter, you could go down a little bit more. And here I'm just going to take a nipper and cut the sides of her nail just a tiny bit to perfect that shape. Later on, I will be showing a close-up on the other foot on how I do this. And now I'm just going to take a file and a metal pusher and I'm going to scrape the sides to take off the sharpness. Now she does want her nails square, but she does want me to take off the sharpness on the corners. And here I'm just taking some cuticle softener and applying it to her toes. And then I'm going to grab my callus remover and a pumice stone. I'm add a little bit on the pumice stone and apply it only where she has callus. You don't want to use your fingers for this unless you're wearing gloves. Now I am going to be placing this foot back in the water to let it soak a bit more, and I'm going to repeat the steps again on the other one. So we are just going to cut the toenails and then we're going to be using the nippers to cut the sides of the toenail. So all we're doing here is grabbing the nippers, putting it sideways, sliding it under the nail, cutting just a tiny bit, and then using the nippers we're kind of holding onto the nail and pulling it out slowly. Now I don't do this to all clients. I do it to those that have an ingrown toenail and they want to relieve the pain, or if they have really wide nails and they kind of want them a little bit more skinnier. You could also do this to the people that have a really C curve on their toenails. You cut the sides of the toenail and then it will be a lot more easier to cut down the toenail itself. And here I'm just shaping the nail, so I'm just following straight across, then going back and taking off the sharpness on the corners. After this, I will be applying some cuticle softener, some callus remover, and placing this foot back in the water. Here I realized that my camera was not recording, but all I did was take the other foot back out, push back the cuticle, trim the cuticle, buff the nails, and here I'm just using the red file and the pumice stone to remove the callus. And here I'm just going to show you a close-up of what I did to the other foot. And here I'm going to be using a square pusher. I do prefer this over the round one just because you can actually get into the sides of the nail. And as you can see, it's lifting up a lot. And when you do this, you want to be gentle because you don't want to hurt your client or you don't want to mess up the nail matrix by pushing up too hard. So I came to realize that a lot of professionals confuse cuticle with the nail fold. Cuticle is usually found on top of the nail plate, and the nail fold is at the very top of the nail. That actually protects any bacteria from growing up to the nail matrix, so you don't want to cut that. And here I'm going to be using the other side of my metal pusher, and I'm going to be scraping off as much cuticle as I can. Anything that's left over, I will go back and nip it with my nippers later. And now I'm just going to be using a buffer to smooth the nail out. This will also help get rid of any cuticle that was left over. After this, I will be removing the callus from the bottom of her feet, exfoliating the leg and the foot, and then washing it off. Here I placed a mud mask on her, and now I'm placing some hot towels. I'm just going to let her relax for a few. And here I'm just removing the mud mask with the hot towels. After that, I'm just going to apply a little bit of oil and some lotion and begin the massage. So here I'm just wiping off the excess amount of lotion. After this, I'm just going to nip any cuticle I see, clean the top of her nail with some lint-free wipes and alcohol, and then apply some toe separators. I will be using the OPI base and top coat. I'm going to apply a generous amount to all her nails, and then go back and start polishing. The way you want to hold the polish is you want to place it in the center of your hand. Use the pinky and the ring finger to hold the polish. The other 3 fingers will be used to pull back the skin from the sides of the nail. This will give you an overall look of the whole nail bed. So here I just want to show you how much polish you want to use. You first want to start by removing all of the polish from the applicator tube. Then going halfway down on the actual applicator brush and the whole way on the other side. This will give you the right amount of polish you need to start polishing. So the first drop of nail polish you grab, you want to use it on the ends of the nail, and then you want to work them up. This way you will prevent flooding the nail fold. So my technique when it comes to polishing the big toe, I do like to start on one side and finish on the other side. I hate starting in the middle. Every time I start in the middle when it comes to the big toe, by the time you finish polishing one side and you want to go to the other side and connect the other polish to the middle will be semi-dry. And this will actually cause you to pull the polish from the middle, and it always gets messy. When it comes to small toes, to me it doesn't matter if I start in the middle or from one side to the other. They're so tiny, I could polish them fast enough. So if the polish touches the skin, I do recommend that you clean it right then and there. So later on when you do go back to perfect your polish, you don't have to do as much work. So here I applied 2 coats of color, and now I'm just going to go back and perfect my polish. And I want to do this before I apply top coat. When working with acetone, you do want to remove as much acetone off the brush as you can. You do not want to flood the nail fold. So this is the final result. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And if you have any video recommendations for me, please comment below and I'll check them out.